Today I'm going to speak to you about locations. So I think I already talked about the Blue House where I lived in Elvas, which is one of my favorite places. And I'm going to show you. Yes, we did talk about this. I'll show you the painting that I did, which was the day of my move. And so what's interesting about location is that we can portray them as we wish, of course. And um, I painted the Blue House in different ways. I loved my rooftop terrace there. I really spent a lot of time there. During the nights, I would watch in the summer because it was really hot. I would watch movies. I would take my computer up there and a chair and just sit there. And it was really wonderful because it would get cooler. It was absolutely beautiful. And during the mornings, also early in the mornings, sometimes after my walk, I would go there. In the fall, I would spend the afternoon. I'd write there. I would be drawing there. It was really quite wonderful. So one of the things that I did, here we are, is this is the night, and I'll get into that a little bit more. This is another one. And so now I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see what I'm talking about. I painted the Blue House in Elvas in different ways, and I showed different types of emotion and different things that were going on in my house and in my life through these little sketches. And so one of the things that I love to do is to go up to the rooftop terrace, and I loved going up there at night whenever there was a full moon and the sky was clear, and I would just go there and I would lie down. Let me show you. Here I am. And I would just stay there for hours looking up at the sky, listening to music. And it was just such a pleasure because Elvis didn't have much light pollution, at least not where I was. So I could enjoy everything quite a bit. And something else that I wanted to show is that I lived alone. And so I wanted to show the aloneness. So one way to do that was just to remove all the information and just show me at the rooftop, my favorite place, like I said, and with the birds. It was very interesting because even though I lived alone, I wasn't lonely. There were a lot of things going on. I met people. I traveled quite a bit in the area. And then whenever I would be up at the rooftop, I always had these companions. And I don't think they were the same birds, but they were always coming around. It was really so much fun. And sometimes they would just fly around me and then go away and come back in a few hours. So it could be pretty busy up there at the rooftop. And so I did a drawing of the birds. Now, this sketch here, you can see my Brazilian influence because the birds here in Portugal, they were black. They were different sizes, but they were all black. But I was born in a tropical country, and I wanted to add a little bit of color, and so I gave them all lots of colors, blues and greens, and I added the plants also because there were very little plants, and this was a whitewash kind of situation near my rooftop. And so here I am. Well, you can't see me, but here are all the birds around me coming to visit me. And the other way that I showed the house is something that I ended up doing an online Christmas, digital Christmas card. And here I am in the house, very happy. I didn't have one of these, but I did put it in my drawing, Christmas tree and a Christmas kind of atmosphere. And let's see if I can show you. This is something I did not have, but I added a cat. It looks more like a mouse. Anyways, there's a little animal and some presents and things like this. So you see, here's the house, the Blue House, shown to you in very different ways. And this way you get a pretty good idea of what my life was like in this fantastic Blue House.